Managing blood sugar is incredibly tricky for somebody that has diabetes. Blood sugar changes all of the time. It's not just what you eat, it's also activity levels, stress levels, hormones, medications. There's a lot of things that impact blood sugar. There's actually a surprising number of supplements that say may impact blood sugar. Some of these supplements I've tried and they haven't done anything to my blood sugar. I've had some that actually do help me reduce my blood sugar and make me require less insulin. What works for me may only work for me. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. But one thing that I have found that works well for me, surprisingly well, is a combination of matcha tea and reishi mushroom extract. And I will link to both in the description below. Matcha green tea is a very powerful green tea. And then reishi mushroom extract. Reishi is an adaptogen mushroom, a functional mushroom. And it's supposed to help with stress as well. And all of these functional mushrooms have beta glucans in them. And these are compounds that help with modulating the immune system. The first mushroom I tried that I noticed that there was some impact was actually cordyceps mushroom supplement. And I wondered, how come taking cordyceps mushroom supplement makes me feel better if I have an autoimmune condition? Because why would I want something to strengthen my immune system if I already have an autoimmune condition? But what I have found out since then is that it's a modulating function, these mushrooms. They modulate the immune system. It seems like what they do is they actually tell the immune system, here, this is what you should go after. And it gives some intelligence to the immune system. It's, I think, quite magical. And it's funny that because these are not mushrooms that are psychedelic, these are not what are known as magical mushrooms. These are mushrooms that have a long history of use for medicinal reasons, functional mushrooms. Reishi, cordyceps, turkey tail, lion's mane, and chaga. And chaga is actually a fungus and not actually a mushroom, but is grouped into the same category. And mushrooms are not plants, although they are sometimes referred to as plant medicine. Mushrooms are their own fifth kingdom. They are distinctly different than plants. And they're really an amazing topic. My passion is not diabetes. It should not surprise you that diabetes is not my passion. My passion is mushrooms. When I was a little child, my grandmother took me out on walks and we found mushrooms in the woods and we looked at the books and identified them. And it was really exciting. And that's what I'm getting back into. I'm going to a mushroom foray soon. And interestingly enough, this whole topic about should I talk about my diabetes came up in a survey because I filled out this questionnaire so I could go on this mushroom forage. And it said, do you have any medical conditions that the leader should be aware of? And I put type 1 diabetes, and I hope that they would not be like, sorry, you can't go on this mushroom foray because you have type 1 diabetes. So cross my fingers that that's going to go well. I love mushrooms, and I can definitely go on a hike in the woods. My type 1 diabetes will not interfere at all. I'll just be taking with me things like a juice box, some candy, a glucose meter in case my CGM stops working. I'll be well prepared. And in the Pacific Northwest, there's some amazingly large-sized mushrooms that you can find in the autumn after the rainfall. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and that's one of my passions. And it's amazing to me about how this actually does connect back to diabetes, a topic that I had no idea about as a child, of course. And the mushrooms have all these immune modulating properties, and there is a lot of scientific literature on this. And when you buy mushroom coffee, which is becoming increasingly popular, or mushroom supplements, you can often see on the bottle it says, if you have diabetes, that you should talk to your doctor before consuming them because it may affect your blood sugar. And taking something like a functional mushroom that can reduce blood sugar, it can be problematic if you take insulin and you don't know how to. It can be problematic if you take insulin and you do not know how to adjust your insulin dosage because you may require less insulin. So this is definitely something to talk to your doctor about if you are taking supplements that may reduce your insulin needs. Modulating immune system and better immune health is definitely something to strive for. But if you are already on some of these insulins, some of these long-acting insulins, they can last for a couple of days, and you do not want to get low blood sugar because you're taking something that is reducing your insulin needs. So it's a balancing act for sure, and it needs way more research. What I find, if I take reishi mushroom tincture in green tea with my meal, I need less insulin with that meal, or I will get low blood sugar later in the day. So I can see that for me, it's doing something. Whether that everybody will have the same reaction or not, I cannot predict. It's considered an adaptogen, and there, in addition to functional mushrooms, there's a lot of other adaptogens like rhodiola and ashwagandha. There's a great book about adaptogens. I will also link that in the description. And it really depends on your body type, which adaptogen works best for you. So there's definitely individual differences. It would be really cool if there was like some test you could do, be like, okay, these two are the ones that are right for you. But we do not have that, although there is ancient medicine that tries to figure out your energies and your disposition. And there's a lot of ancient medicine about this that I only know a little tiny bit about as I'm just starting to learn about it. So should we talk about diabetes? Yes. There's so much exciting information to share, and it is something that is so critical to long-term health. And it can be, getting diabetes can be an invitation to personal transformation. There can be some silver linings. It can be life-changing, but that does not mean at all that it's not stressful, and that there aren't negative feelings and negative consequences too. And the more that we can spread awareness, the better. So if there's anything that you can do to spread this channel, this YouTube video around, or check out my website, insulinpumplife.com, and sign up for the newsletter there, and share on any social media networks, share with anybody you know that is interested in diabetes. And I'm looking for people to interview on my channel. So please reach out. You can find my email address here on YouTube, on my profile, and reach out if you would like to talk about diabetes here on YouTube. Thank you. We're all in this world together. I find being genuine and being myself as something I can do to help others out. And so I'm taking the risk, and I invite you to also feel comfortable to talk about your diabetes so that more people understand what diabetes is, they understand the struggles, and then the next person that gets diabetes, they'll have role models, they'll have people to talk to, they won't be so alone.